Steve Earle, who we were hearing from before, the prolific American singer-songwriter and musician. 16 albums, 3 Grammys to his name. He's written any number of songs.
3 Grammys. 3 Grammys, yeah.
3 Grammys?
Yeah.
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 Well, isn't that good? Isn't that a
No, it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I thought you said 2.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to say 3. Not that awards are important, obviously. Yeah.
It's like Tony and the Goals earlier.
I was nominated like 16 or 17 times before I won one. Those sort of the Susan Lucci of rock and roll. They're important to me. It took me a long time to win one. So
okay. So anyway, 16 albums, 3 Grammys to name. Any number of songs written. You've collaborated with all sorts of country, folk, blues, rock stars: Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Sean Colvin, Emmylou Harris. These are ones people you've written for or you work with.
People that have recorded my songs. Sean Colvin and I made a record together. The last record I had out was Colvin and Earle. We just decided to only band I've ever been in. Most of the time it's just me. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Well, you're gonna do something for us now.
Yeah.
So if I can get you to do that.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to be singing? Hang on. We can put a pause in there.
Yeah, because I gotta get over here. It's all right because I'm pretty quick.
Okay, so Steve, what are you going to do for us? You got your guitar.
Well,
obviously.
the new record is called "So You Wannabe An Outlaw." It'll be out soon, June 16th, I think. But this is the song we're traveling around pimping right now. Right here. This is called "Looking for a Woman."
Looking for a woman won't do me like you. East Coast, West Coast, Timbuktu. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. Heartbreak Hotel, Blue Bayou. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. Just can't shake these lovesick blues. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. Thought about Melissa and I thought about Sue. Oh, I thought about your sister, but she's meaner than you. Evangeline, Carolina, Rose will never do. Oh, I'm looking for a woman won't do me like you. Well, I've been a 10 and 10 too. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. East Coast, West Coast, Timbuktu. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. Heartbreak Hotel, Blue Bayou. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. Just can't shake these lovesick blues. Looking for a woman won't do me like you. Oh, I'm looking for a woman won't do me like you. Woman won't do me like you. I'm looking for a woman won't do me like you.
Thank you, Steve Earle. So you could come back and join us again. I'll do a long question for you to answer when you get there. So to write songs and perform songs, like you've got to have the lifestyle to go with it. You've got to live the life, don't you?
Well, I don't know. I think they say write what you know, but the characters in my songs aren't always me.
No.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah.
But I've written a lot of songs, and it's just a lot of it's you're doing it for a long time, getting older. Your life changing, you have to find different reasons to make any kind of art. And for me, it's been doing other things, doing writing books, wrote a play, working on a musical now, doing music for some other theater projects. Theater's a lot of the reason I moved to New York in the first place 12 years ago.
Let me just go back over your life first. You started in, or more or less started in Texas, and you kind of ran away to be a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Texas. I went from San Antonio, Texas, to Houston first, and basically stalking a great songwriter called Townes Van Zandt, and who's kind of a legend in my kind of music. And I met him when I was 17 years old. And then I went, there was a lot going on in Texas at the time. Willie Nelson had come back from Nashville and moved to Austin, and everybody thought, oh, it's going to happen right here. You don't need to go to New York or Nashville or any of those other places. But it was too close to home, number one, and the weather was too good, the girls were too pretty, the dope was too cheap. I knew I'd never get anything done there, so I went to Tennessee, and that gave me, knowing Townes gave me an introduction to a lot of people in Nashville, and it was this moment when country artists were looking for this artistic freedom they'd seen rock musicians have, and I'd sort of had a foot in both worlds. I really kind of came up in coffee houses. I was really a folk singer, and I'd just been writing songs for a while.
So you were a songwriter, Rob? You were writing and other people
I got there
were
and threw every song I'd written in Texas away and started over again because the game was much more intense in Nashville. But it was a good moment to be there. There was it was incredibly democratic. It was like, people at street level, like there, me, a guy named Richard Dobson, David Only, we were all roommates, and then Guy Clark, who was a great songwriter, passed away last year. A lot of people that were known as songwriters in that world. Mickey Newberry had moved away, but he was around from time to time.
So was it a bit like the Brill Building in New York all those years ago? Did you have a setup like that?
It was like that, but it was more and less of a manufactured situation than we were. It was like a salon. All of it took place in people's living rooms and in hotel rooms after hours, and they knew we were post Chris Christopherson songwriters in Nashville, which meant we were post Bob Dylan songwriters. We were there. We really wanted record deals. We really wanted to make our own records. We were sort of taking their money under false pretenses.
1986 with Guitar Town.
Yeah, it took me a long time. I've been in Nashville 13 years. I was 31 by the time that record came out. And that was the first time I came here to this country, and I get to do something kind of the way I want to do it, and I travel all around the world doing it. And I started coming here early on, and because I kept coming, I have an audience here. So it's actually, I probably sell more tickets in the UK, when it gets right down to it, than I do any place else in the world.
Is that because of your political stance? Because you do sing about, Boy Meets Girl, but also political and...
I get pretty political. People call me a political songwriter sometimes, but I've written more songs about girls than I have anything else. But I'm a political person, so when things get political, I write about them.
So there's plenty to protest about if you're minded to do that.
Yeah, no, this is the most unpolitical record I've ever made because I didn't know this was going to happen. And we recorded it in December after the election, but the songs had been written, and I thought about altering it, but I decided, you know what, I'll just go ahead and let this record be what I wrote it to be.
Yeah.
But the next record will probably be just as country, but way more political. You can almost count on it.
You're going to get a double album next time.
It's going to be.
The point I was making about relationships and things, I saw something you said in Rolling Stone, or your reporter saying that therapists say you choose women you can't succeed in a relationship with because you want to be alone.
That's my therapist. My therapist did say that, and sometimes I think she's right. Sometimes I don't. I mean, I'm okay being by myself. I have discovered, after failing, hopefully for the last time in a marriage, and it was this last time was the only time I was ever married sober, and I was married the longest. I was married for we were together for 8 years.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to stop you, but you're talking about a midnight ramble. We'll turn into a midnight ramble if we keep going, but we have to stop now, I'm afraid. So Steve's new album, So You Wannabe An Outlaw, is out on the 16th of June on Warner Brothers Records. Thanks for coming in and for performing for us.
Thanks.
That's the loose ends.